I'll go ahead and turn this on just in case. Let us know when you're ready. Okay, thank you. Are you ready? Okay.
Dive on in there.
Okay. I'd like to call to order the organizational meeting. Could Mr. Myrick, could you lead us in prayer?
Sure. Father, we come to you tonight. Thank you for all the blessings that you blessed us with. Thank you for taking care of our children. And we thank you for ask that everything we do and say will be pleasing to you.
Amen. Stand for the pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This is our organizational meeting that we usually have every November to elect a new president and new vice president. So I would like to open up for nominations for president.
Madam President, I nominate Andrea Lindsay as our president.
Any other nominations? We'll vote. All in favor of Andrea Lindsay for president, say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Okay. Thank you. I'm very humbled to be your president. Thank you very much. Now for vice president. Nominations for vice president.
Nominate Cecil.
Any other nominations? All in favor of Cecil Corsenberry for vice president, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? You have it. All right, thank you. So any other comments we need during this time? Okay, we'll close this meeting, adjourn this meeting. Do I have a motion to adjourn the organizational meeting?
Motion to adjourn.
Second? Okay, thank you. And we'll move right on into our normal meeting for tonight. We've already had the prayer and the Pledge of Allegiance, and so we'll move into the approval of minutes for September 15th and October 20th.
Motion to approve.
Okay, second? Okay, motion from Ms. Colley, second from Mr. Johnson. Any discussion about the minutes? Okay. All in favor of the minutes being approved? Say aye.
Aye.
Those that are opposed? Okay. All right, I don't think we have anybody to speak tonight.
Let me go get that, Louise.
Oh, okay. Hold on.
What's your cell number?
Well, thank you.
Okay, no one to speak tonight. Okay. All right. Mr. Tyler, do we have any amendments to the agenda?
Yes, Ms. Lindsay, we do. Amendments to the agenda. Amend number 9, leave of absence of personnel. Number 10, retirement and resignations of personnel. Number 12, transfer intent to transfer of personnel. Number 13, employment of personnel. Number 15, extra work for extended periods. Add number 16, termination of personnel. Number 1, rescission of a reassignment. Agenda item 2, reassignment of personnel.
All to approve the amendments?
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Mr. Tyler, the items for business? No opposing?
Yes, ma'am. Agenda item 1, bids proposals. Superintendent recommends adoption of a motion to approve the low bidders meeting specifications for goods and services for the system as stipulated in the agenda exhibit.
So move.
Second.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Christenberry, second by Ms. Dawson. Any discussion? Yes.
Yes, sir. So just on a disclosure, probably Mr. Pollard or Mr. Waters can go into a lot more details of this, but it's my understanding that our new buses come with a more upgraded camera system, and so this bid does is that it allows us to buy the similar type cameras that are in our most recent buses and bring all of our buses back to the same standard of camera. I believe in the previous buses, it was kind of, not only was the quality not the best, but you had to take out the hard drive and you had to do these other matters to get the recording of the footage. And I think these new cameras provide a much more easy access point in order to do that.
And I will,
What are we gonna do with the old cameras?
I'm not sure, to be honest with you.
Can we sell them?
We can.
I was just going to add that we do frequently see lots of student discipline or employee issues, and so it's helpful to have great, high-quality video for that, to be able to pull it and review it and save it and disclose it if we have any kind of subpoenas or requests for information.
This is gonna be one camera, the same camera.
Yes, sir. And using the same software program, where some of our older buses, we're using a different program with a different camera. This kind of brings everybody in on the same standard. It would be my intent if there's valuation associated with this, we can sell those cameras on GovDeal and have the proceeds roll back in the transportation department or wherever we need to go.
That's not a requirement by the state to have those cameras on your buses.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, no, I knew every county I've ever been in other than Baldwin didn't have cameras.
I'm not sure. I can get an answer to that question if that's a state requirement or
I
not.
know
But
if they're requiring cameras now, it's easy to get rid of. Problem.
yeah, I mean, regardless of the state requirement or not, having cameras on the bus allows us to alleviate a lot of, of issues that may come up, whether that be personnel or student based, and allow us to get to the,
Not having the camera.
or having the cameras allows us to go back and review the footage to make sure that
Oh,
we can
absolutely.
review those situations. So,
You totally good.
whether or not the state requires it or not, I'm not sure. I can find out that
I
answer.
didn't know because I just know the buses I drove in other counties that didn't have them.
Yeah,
And I was just wondering, of course, they probably didn't have the money. You know what I mean?
it's very possible. I mean, the state's not providing funding for this. I will say that. So, I mean, we're covering this all on our own. So I don't know.
That's why I was asking about selling them because.
Yeah.
maybe somebody
I mean, anything of value of that, I'm all about selling it on GovDeals and doing the auction and then rolling the money back in the program for more additional reinvestments. So we'll certainly do that. If they have value, some of them may be so old or so out of date that, the valuation of them may not be worth the effort, but we can certainly explore that.
got another brain to make a little
There you go.
That's brilliant, what?
Does that help, Mr. Johnson? Is there anything else? Yes, sir.
Any more discussion? I will call it to vote. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Agenda item 2, OE proposals. Superintendent recommends adoption of a motion to approve H.M. Young and Associates for engineering services for HVAC replacement at Rockwell Elementary as stipulated in the agenda exhibit.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, motion from Ms. Colley and a second from Mr. Warner. Any discussion? All in favor?
aye.
All opposed?
Agenda item 3, commitment letter for purchase of band program trucks. Superintendent recommends adoption of a motion to authorize the superintendent to submit a letter of commitment for the purchase of the specified vehicles as stipulated in the agenda exhibit.
Second.
Had a motion from Mr. Johnson and a second by Ms. Dawson. Any discussion?
John, on those trucks, don't have to have CDL license to drive those trucks, aren't you? Don't?
This is as big as we can get without requirement of
So the air brakes, and I thought that the air brake was gonna throw us into.
That's not my understanding. So that was the whole point of doing this, trying to get something as big as possible without this CDL requirement. With the CDL requirement, I mean, it opens up a lot of other options, but this seems to be the best we could do without the CDL. So,
We have those in the warehouse now for that reason.
These trucks.
These same truck.
yes, with no CDL requirements.
Yeah, I know we get 10, we got 7 high schools. Who's gonna get the other 3?
So some of the high schools that have the larger band programs, we have some high schools that have 300-400 kids in the band. We'll move those. It's my intent too that the logo will be Baldwin County Board of Education, giving us the flexibility to move those across the county. If we have a program that maybe goes from 400 to 100, and then there seems to be excitement in another school, we can shift around the trucks based on the size and of the programs throughout the county.
It could be that a program, a large band might get 2.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I figured you're gonna have 3 probably to get.
Yes, sir.
to-
Yes,
If
sir.
you get to 10 trucks.
Yes, sir. That's our plan, and that's what we're shooting for.
I just didn't know who 3 lucky might be. Man,
I'm trying to.
I know Foley.
Well, yeah, Foley.
They got the
My
largest
understanding,
I-
I think Robertsdale has the largest.
I think Robertsdale,
huge.
Foley, and
Know the number now.
and it's maybe Alberta or Daphne. I've got to verify the third one.
Wow.
As far as the 3 largest band programs will get 2 trucks.
Yeah,
I've got to
we're
verify
launching
exactly what that third one is. I don't know off the top of my head.
Pick one.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
Alberta is
Oh,
huge.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's
All
gonna
right,
happen.
thank you.
Yes, sir.
Any more questions? All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion passes.
Agenda item 4, approval of curriculum contract with Kids First LLC. Superintendent recommends adoption of a motion to approve the contract to be paid with ESSER II reserve and ESSER II funds as stipulated in the agenda exhibit.
So move.
Second.
We had a motion by Mr. Christenberry and a second by
Good.
Mr. Johnson.
Let's do rock, paper, scissors. Hold on.
I think we did. Any discussion? Okay. Call for a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Agenda item 5, approval of No Red Ink premium license for secondary students and teachers. Superintendent recommends adoption of a motion to approve the contract to be paid with ESSER II funds as stipulated in the agenda exhibit.
So moved.
Second.
I have a motion by Mr. Warner and a second by Ms. Dawson. Any discussion?
I'm glad to know that that's no red ink, because I read that as no red ink.
I'm with you. I'm hooked on phone.
I am too. I said, when he said that Tuesday night, I was so
Sound
thankful.
it out, brother.
No red ink.
Well, if you were in freshman English in college, like
You
I
would
was,
know
you
no
had,
red ink.
I had a lot of red ink.
Well, believe me, I'm not afraid. Yeah, okay, I just want to make that out. Point that out.
All right. Any more discussion? So all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries.
Agenda item 6, ACT Instructional Mastery, AIM Professional Development. Superintendent recommends adoption of a motion to approve the use of ESSER funds to purchase up to 10 trainings, 2 workshops per subtest for a maximum cost of $66,000 as stipulated in the agenda exhibit.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Ms. Dawson, second by
Ms. Collins.
Ms. Colley. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Agenda item 7, Career Technical Education Textbook Adoption Committee. Superintendent recommends adoption of a motion to approve the BCBE Career Technical Education Textbook Adoption Committee as stipulated in the agenda exhibit.
So move.
Second.
A motion by Mr. Christenberry, a second by Ms. Dawson. Discussion? Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries.
Agenda item 8, Foley Education Committee recommendation. Superintendent recommends adoption of a motion to approve the recommendations of the Foley Education Committee as stipulated in the agenda exhibit.
So moved.
A motion by Ms. Colley, a second by Mr. Johnson. Any discussion?
Yeah, is that where we partnering with y'all?
Correct. Yes.
Good.
Yes, sir.
After tonight, we hope. When you vote on this.
Let's find out.
Yeah, we're good.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Agenda item 9, leave of absence of personnel. Superintendent recommends adoption of a motion to approve the leave of absence of personnel as amended and provided to board members under separate cover.
Second.
A motion by Mr. Johnson, a second by Mr. Warner. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Agenda item 10, retirement and resignations of personnel. Superintendent recommends adoption of a motion to approve the retirement and resignations of personnel as amended and provided to board members under separate cover.
So move.
Second.
A motion by Mr. Christenberry, second by Ms. Cawley. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Agenda item 11, rescission of transfer, intent to transfer of personnel. Superintendent recommends adoption of a motion to approve to rescind the transfer, intent to transfer of personnel as provided to board members under separate cover.
So moved.
Second.
A motion by Mr. Warner, second by Ms. Dawson. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Agenda item 12, transfer, intent to transfer of personnel. Superintendent recommends adoption of a motion to approve the transfer, intent to transfer of personnel as amended and provided to board members under separate cover.
So moved.
Second.
A motion by Ms. Cawley, second by Ms. Dawson. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
No.
Motion carries.
Agenda item 13, employment of personnel. Superintendent recommends adoption of a motion to approve the employment of personnel as amended and provided to board members under separate cover.
Second.
A motion by Mr. Johnson, second by Mr. Christenberry. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Agenda item 14, teams contracts. Superintendent recommends adoption of a motion to approve the teams, teachers' contracts and contract terms as listed and to authorize and direct superintendent to take all necessary actions in furtherance thereof as provided to board members under separate cover.
So moved.
Second.
A motion by Ms. Dawson, second by Ms. Cawley. Any discussion? Wow. And that's just math and science, right? Yeah.
Well, I'm getting carpal tunnel, Mike, from signing, so, but I'll be glad to continue to sign, so.
How many? There you go. How many did you say
It's
there were?
pretty personal, so I like to do that.
189? Wow.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Agenda item 15, extra work for extended periods. Superintendent recommends adoption of a motion to approve the extra work of personnel as amended and provided to board members under separate cover.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Warner, second by Ms. Dawson. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
Agenda item 16, termination of personnel. Superintendent recommends adoption of a motion to approve the termination of classified personnel in accordance with Act Number 2011-270, Students First Act, as provided to board members under separate cover.
So move.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Christenberry, second by Ms. Cawley. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries.
That's all I have, Ms. Lindsay.
Any other discussion before we adjourn?
A reminder, superintendent breakfast at 8:30 in the morning. We have one of our high school choirs coming to sing, provide a little entertainment. So that's at 8:30. And then at 11:30, 12 o'clock in Foley, they have their annual ARC Thanksgiving luncheon. I always love going to that. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing that they do for those less fortunate. So, and if I don't see you, enjoy your holidays.
Sir, I have here a motion to adjourn. Okay. Thank you.
No.